Hey guys, this is Princess Anime 64 and welcome back to my character analysis series for Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omnia. In today's video, we are going to be talking about Porom from Final Fantasy IV. Let's get started. Okay, so a little about Porom's profile here. Her crystal affinity is white, her weapons are staves, and her main roles are magic, healer, and support. So when you first recruit her, she has an HP of 1050, initial bravery of 180, max bravery of 550, attack of 170, and a defense of 150. So when you max her out to level 70, again, as I mentioned, she's the first event character now, starting with her, who will be getting level 70 awakening. So when you max her out at level 70, why do you keep doing this? Okay, sorry about that. At level 70, her HP reaches 6,215, initial bravery reaches 2,151, max bravery reaches 3,820, attack is 760, and her defense is 874. So if we just go down here to her overall stats, so her high points are her HP, her max bravery, and her initial bravery. Her neutral points are her attack and her speed, and the only low point is her defense. So going over to Porom's commands, her first command is Cry, where she will grant the party bravery based on her max bravery. It also lowers all the target's defense by 1, and it grants Porom 1 stack of light arts, the maximum being 3, for 6 turns. And when you have 3 levels of light arts, Cry will become Cry Plus. Her second command is called Mysidian Brilliance. This will slightly restore the target's HP. 200% of HP recovered in excess HP will be added to the target's bravery. It has a high turn rate, and it adds 1 level of light wisdom, the maximum being 3, for 4 turns. When you have 3 levels of light wisdom, I wrote white wisdom on my script. When you have 3 levels of light wisdom, it becomes Mysidian Brilliance Plus. Her third command, which you can unlock with by getting her up to crystal level 65, it's called HP Heal Attack All, where it slightly restores the party's HP, and it raises the party's attack for 3 turns. So going over to her extensions though, so with Cry she gets an additional use, and when using Cry or its plus variant, you get a slight boost to bravery granted based on max bravery. You get a slight defense debuff duration by 2, and while the light art is active, bravery attack changes into bravery attack plus, where she can grant the party bravery based on her max bravery. So next up for the Mysidian Brilliance extension, she gets a +1 use, and when using Mysidian Brilliance or the plus variant, there's a tremendous boost to bravery granted by HP recovered and excess max HP, and when you're using Mysidian Brilliance Plus, the target gets a max bravery boost for 8 turns and a slight HP damage resist boost, and while Light Wisdom is active, HP attack changes to HP attack plus, where she can grant the party bravery based on HP damage dealt. So with HP damage resist, basically, if an enemy hits you, they're actually going to do lower damage, so that can really help you out for some more, like, say, longer fights or any sort of Cosmos fights that you're having difficulty with. So for her stat passives, the artifacts that I would really recommend out of this is definitely Max Bravery, because that does play a part in her commands. Attack 1 Away can also be useful as well. So attack and max bravery is really what you want to go for. The higher your max bravery is, the more damage she can do, and the more damage that Porom deals, she can grant more party to the bravery. I completely said that backwards. She can grant more bravery to the party based on the HP damage that she deals. Okay, so now we have the unique passive. So Bravery Cry, which raises bravery by 10% of initial bravery upon using Cry or its plus variant. We have Bravery Mysidian Brilliance, which raises bravery by 10% of initial bravery upon using Mysidian Brilliance or the plus variant. White Mage's Talent Boost. So Crystal level 50 is her passive called White Mage's Talent, and this will raise the party's max bravery and their attack by 5% with the active buffs. We also have Buffed Attack, which raises Porom's attack by 5% with active buffs. So the passives that I would really recommend out of this would definitely be White Mage's Talent, Buffed Attack, and Bravery Cry. So this will essentially make her a lot more supportive though, because like she can be really great offensively, but I would definitely want to make her a lot more supportive as well. So these would be the Bravery Cry, White Mage's Talent, and Buffed Attack is what I would recommend. So now we're going to go over to Porom's gear. So her 15 CP is called the Healing Staff. So when you're using Cry or Cry Plus, it raises the bravery gain based on max bravery. It extends the duration of light arts and grants an additional stack. And when you're using, the cool part is when Porom uses Cry Plus, you have a low chance of inflicting confusion on enemies for 1 turn. Next up, we have our 35 CP, which is called the Mithril Staff, which is also what she's holding in that little art back there. So when you're using Mysidian Brilliance or its plus variant, this raises the HP recovery amount, it extends the duration of Light Wisdom, and it grants an additional stack. And when you're using Mysidian Brilliance Plus, this improves the effect of the HP damage reduction. So now we have her EX weapon, which is called the Aura Staff, and this will grant her the EX ability called White Wave. This will slightly restore the party's HP, it increases bravery based on max bravery, and HP attack recovery might exceed the target's max HP by 120%. This also grants allies bravery based on HP damage dealt, and it extends Light Art and Light Wisdom's duration for 3 turns. So this is essentially what makes Porom really good and really helpful for some of the harder fights. Essentially, like if you're having trouble with like an enemy that can, instantly KO you or something like that, Aura Staff makes it so that the entire party gets like max HP. Like she essentially raises everyone's max HP, and this can help you out in some of the more longer battles. So if you really want Porom to be really useful, you have to get her EX. That's like a recommendation. Lastly, we have her 35 CP armor, which is called the Philosopher's Hat. This adds 110 to her initial bravery, and this adds 220 to her max bravery. So the banner that will be featuring Porom's gear is also going to be featuring Porom and Yang's gear. They are going to have synergy for this event, and I do like that because, they're all from Final Fantasy IV. If you do have Porom's EX, though, that's a plus. That can definitely help you out for the event co-op. Yang is also pretty useful as well. You can just focus and you can just kick. You can do, it does split damage either way, but hey, you're still taking out all 3 enemies, so he can really help out. And I am going to be using him for the event co-op, so if you do see me, don't be shy, say hi to me. Alright, so now we're going to talk about the boss in Porom's event. So we have a Death Rider type enemy called the Hollow Riders, and you're going to be fighting 3 of these things, which is kind of scary at first. But you can breeze through it with no problem, unless it's Cosmos. So they are weak to ice, and they have a chase of 40. So now we're going to talk about their attacks. Let me just do this. So they have a standard bravery attack and a standard HP attack called Hard Lance. They have an attack called Group Death. It's an AoE magic bravery attack with a low chance of inflicting break. This one I would watch out for. Drain is, it recovers from a break first, and then it's a magic HP attack that restores HP. We have Solid Break. This one I would be careful with too, because it's an AoE bravery attack that lowers max HP. Clinging Nightmare, this will change its own bravery, and then it follows up with an AoE magic HP attack that restores the party's HP and it grants an enfeeblement. And we have Sting Heart, a bravery attack that also lowers max HP. Share Burst, which I almost read as Starburst, it boosts its own bravery when bravery is less than its initial, and it absorbs its allies' bravery and then follows up with an AoE magic bravery attack. Lastly, we have Absolute Pain, where it recovers from break, follows up with a magic bravery HP attack. And finally, we have Rule of Ruin, where it will raise all of its stats, its attack, defense, initial and max bravery, and its speed. So the main thing that you really want to know about this boss is that they can lower max HP. So that's where Porom comes into this, because, the bosses, they lower your max HP. Porom can raise your max HP with her EX. So she's really going to be handy for this fight. Again, but if you don't have her EX, though, you can still cheese through it, though. Although I would still recommend bringing a healer along. Alright, so some alternatives that you can use for this event. You could use anyone who has recently gotten level 70 Awakening, like Warrior of Light or Laguna. A healer, as I mentioned before, like Rosa or Lena could also help you. Someone with AoE attacks can help, such as Squall or Cloud or Furion if you have their EXs. Alisai also has Lost Chapter Synergy for this event, so if you have her already awakened to level 70, and if you have her EX, then you can totally bring her along for this event. The one thing that I remember, though, when I did the co-op in JP, Alisai is a turn stealer, though, that's for sure. If you thought Lightning was a turn stealer, Alisai is pretty much going to be really fast in this fight, and that's perfectly fine though, because you know she can hold her own, to say the least. Lastly, for your summon of choice, you really want to just stick with Shiva for this event, and the extra blessings that she gives you, like giving you an extra turn or letting you go again, that can help you out as well. And so that's pretty much everything that I have right now. So now we're going to head over to Opera Omnia JP, and I'm going to show off Porom's commands. Little thing to note, I do not have Porom's EX though. I'm just going to say that right now. Okay, now we're back in Opera Omnia JP, and we're on the last node of Porom's Lost Chapter. Alright, so Pelham is up first. Alright, so here's what I'm going to do. So we're going to start with Cry first. And by the way, it's kind of cute when she cries. Listen. So everyone's defense got lowered. So we just take care of you. Which one was focus? I think it was this one. Oh, and that killed everyone. I forgot. Yong's, he got a bit of a rework, actually, when Porom's Lost Chapter dropped. Alright, so now we are going to do... So now her bravery attack changes. And, you know what? Let's do Mysidian Brilliance here. There we go. Ow. Let's do a little kick plus. Ooh, you're scary, yeah. So now her HP attack changes to HP attack plus. So we do this, and now everyone else gets bravery. Alrighty, you know, let's do another Cry. Let's do this again. Alright. So I'm gonna bluff here. Alright, so now Cry changes into Cry plus. I'm gonna do another Mysidian Brilliance here so that we can get the plus variant. I can just kick you. Oh, there's only 2 that we fight here. I kind of forgot about that. But for the co-op though, yeah, you definitely do fight all 3 of them. Alright, so now Mysidian Brilliance changes to Mysidian Brilliance Plus. So I'm gonna do another Cry here. I hope I can confuse one of them. Oh, sweet! I got one of them confused. Alright. Now, when an enemy is confused, it's different though from how it works for you. So, like, he doesn't get a turn at all. This, okay, I think this kick will finish him. Alright, there we go. Alright, so that covers up everything for Porom's event, so thank you guys very much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe. Let me know if you're going to be going for Porom's EX, or if you're going to go for Alicized EX, and I will see you guys next time.